Hey, it's your boy Ehud. Check this out. Went to one of my grandson's math contests, right? Math contests. So they was doing a lot of questions on math. And it was pretty crowded in there. And I began, because the math was insane. I mean, it was questions. I'm like, the hell? And I began to think, what does this have to do with real life? I mean, I really began to look at this stuff like, because the more I began to grow and learn about life, and you get the inside scoop on how the system is set up and all this stuff here about all kind of stuff about life, you begin to where your eyes are open to where you looking at stuff different than most folk. And I'm like, what does this has to do with real life? How is this gonna help you in real life? And I just began to realize this stuff is all a scam. Watch this now. And it is so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad that over 90% of the folk are just completely dumbfounded about what's really going on. And I just began to look at like the sadness of what's going to happen with mostly all those children. And the parents are deceived, everybody. And I'm like, most of these children, watch this now, most of them children will grow up working a 9 to 5. And in many cases, hard labor jobs. Working from check to check, barely making it. Like most of us been doing in the work field. No understanding, watch this, on credit. And a lot of things like that. And will grow up with no real understanding of real life. I'm talking about real life. These schools don't teach nothing on how, on credit, on entrepreneurship, savings, investments, real estates, 401ks, Roths. They don't teach you nothing that's gonna have to be about real life, that's gonna give you a real foundation on life, that is gonna help you to grow in real life. They don't teach you nothing about marriage, real morals and principles of man values, women values, in relationships, business, just a moral compass. They don't teach you anything about it. And I was just looking at this stuff and I'm like, this is so sad. This is so sad. And when you begin to look at stuff like this here, and you begin to talk like this here, people think you off your rocker. People think you messed up. And you seeing the big picture. Because I'm seeing the big picture. And I'm like, most of these folk, most of these children will grow up, leave high school, go to a college that's going to do the same thing, and going to be in student loan debt for the rest of their entire life. I know folks that's my age still paying student loan debts, hoping Joe Biden save them. So you'll go to school, all the way to high school, ain't learned nothing on life. Then go to college and get nothing but deep debt. Then go get you a job that has nothing to do with the piece of paper that you went to school for, and you got all this in debt. And then you get a job where you have to spend the rest of your life paying on it. Then they got you programmed to where you think getting a house with a 30-year mortgage and a car note with a 7-year mortgage, a 7-year mortgage, and then you raise your kids up for the same thing, and then you got to pay for them to go to school, and you just end up having to have 2 jobs, and you're going through all this and that, and you can't function on the real things that matter, like entrepreneurship, marriage, children, family, real life. So now what this becomes, now you become unhealthy in your body because you're not taught how to eat properly, you're not taught how to exercise. So you're eating all this junk, and you're stressed out from all this foolishness that you've been taught that ain't got nothing to do with you living at grown folk. Say it, man. You ain't learning nothing. You haven't learned nothing all them years. Now real life can hit. Now you're grown. Now it's time for grown folk action, and you ain't got nothing to stand on. Now you out there doing all kind of stuff. And you're stressed out because you're barely paying your bills. You got all these debt collectors calling you. Your credit score now 210. Now you're having all kind of babies out of wedlock. You got divorced because you don't know how to do marriage. So now you and your spouse done got angry with each other. Now y'all getting divorced. You got kids out of wedlock. Child support hitting you, and all kind of mess going on. Kids looking for to go to college to do the same thing you did. And that cycle just goes on and on and on. And nobody grows in life. And now you have a you talking about a generational curse. Man, you ain't saw a generational curse until you done actually sat down and checked that foolishness out. And you like, man, that's the real generational curse. That's the real generational curse. That stuff go down from generation to generation, and all you are, because you are indoctrinated in a system that has taught you that in order to be this American dream, you have to get you a house with a 30-year mortgage, get you a nice car with a 5 to 7 year loan on it, get you some credit cards, always pay credit. Credit card bills go up. You don't know about saving for when times hit. So now when times do hit, you ain't got nothing saved because you got all this here mortgage and car note and student loans you got to pay for, medical bills because you done got sick because you ain't eating right and you ain't taking care of your body, then life hits you, having accidents, and you got all these medical bills, credit card bills, all kind of stuff. And all the stuff you done learned in school, watch this, can't help you none in real life. I was just looking at that stuff. I'm like, my God. We as a society have been tricked by the government all our lives. Lord help us. I'm out.